did you lose something?
My friend. You think it was an accident?
Let's start with the details. Several people saw you and Kate argue.
Come on, let's relive our misspent youth.
I'm married.
Relax, it'll be an adventure.
You just could have come home.
I can't. The police have taken my passport.
You didn't argue with Kate hours before she died.
It wasn't an argument.
Your story keeps changing.
What does that mean?
They say you're a suspect in Gates' murder.
I need to find out the truth.
I have to charge you for the 2 extra guests.
What are you saying?
He's connected to organized crime.
You think I killed Kate?
I don't know who to believe. Oh my God.
You didn't think we'd find out. Is there anything else you haven't told us?
Hey,
Welcome back to another episode of Three Dimes Review. Today's our movie review podcast. We're reviewing a movie set in Croatia called The Weekend Away. Weekend Away?
The Weekend
It's
Away.
The Weekend Away. No, wait. Yeah. I'm thinking Getaway because I want to get away.
Because
I want to go there.
is it because this was
A getaway situation? What?
Dude, what a fucking movie this was.
dude? This movie, I started this thing. I was like, okay,
I know, I got offensive texts like 2 minutes in.
Yeah.
Chris watching it because it wasn't his pick. So he was all fucking butthurt about it. But it doesn't even matter because I'm not even in a position to win. It turns out I'm going to be the one putting on makeup this time around.
Oh, you're not. That's a dream for you. We're not letting you do that. You probably
I've
do
been practicing.
that. I know.
I've been practicing.
Well,
That's-
you know what? You have more of a step than we do. You do the manicure pedicure bullshit, so you have somewhat of a understanding of some kind
First off, how is letting Asians rub my feet have anything to do with putting on makeup?
Don't they put on makeup too?
Yeah, they paint my toes.
I don't fucking know. I've never been to one.
I'll bet you're getting a clear coat,
I've never been to one.
No, I don't
on.
get the clear.
a low polish or a low gloss.
I make them buff it out so it looks natural.
Yeah, I see.
Do they grind it down?
No, but-
do you scream at them, get in there deep, and then they get in too deep, and you yell at them, what's wrong with you?
They don't understand me anyway.
Okay.
Oh, they understand you.
So anyway, this phenomenal work of art was an action-packed, big-budget movie set in a low-budget movie's body.
I don't know. You know what? I enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed it from the beginning to the end, and I love the fact that as I started watching it, I think I was 5 minutes in, and I get a text from Chris in our group chat, dude. I can't believe you picked this. I can't continue watching this shit. What the fuck is this? And Tony's like, and Tony replies, shit, man, already? The fuck? Really?
Dude, this movie, okay, so the movie starts, the girl's riding in the cab and they're showing the city. And then she gets to the house and she meets up with her girlfriend there who's wearing
She's dressed like a hooker.
Dressed like a hooker,
Yeah.
right? And
My
then
favorite way to dress up a woman.
the first thing I thought, is this a porno movie? This is starting like a porno. The woman gives the other woman a necklace. They're talking about how they haven't seen each other forever. They're so happy to spend the weekend together.
First off, I've never watched a porno.
Then the cabbie, I thought that was Jay that never watched porn. Then there was the cabbie.
I never owned a porno.
For review on porn, go back and listen to our episode. What is it? What was it
probably like
called?
season
Grandpa's Porn?
1.
Grandpa's Porn?
2.
That was the name
yeah,
of it.
grandpa's porn.
So then they the girl gives her a necklace and they're cuddling and hugging on.
Was it a pearl necklace?
I'm
I
like-
don't remember that part.
I'm like, dude, this movie is totally a porno.
It
Then
was-
she's in her bra and her underpants doing some video sex with her husband, and that turned out to be much less than that once the video continued along. But then the girls are gonna go out. They get drunk. Then it kind of started getting good when they had that weirdo landlord dude in the hallway. So
That's
it only
when you
took
start-
like
See, this movie was immediately predictable, and by the middle of it, I was so confused about all the outcomes that were taking place
All right, fine.
that it kept me completely on my toes.
Did you figure out the killer immediately?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not until the last 3 minutes of this movie
Well, the last
did I know who
when
the
they-
fucking killer
when
was.
they said it straight out.
Yeah.
That's when you figured it out.
No,
Okay.
that's what they had to do. They had to tell me
They had to
straight
tell you
up.
exactly the killer to figure it out. This was the great.
I wrote it
movie.
down here. Where did I write it? Let's see. I swear I put it in there. I thought
don't
it was
believe
the
you.
husband. I swear I put it in there.
So you thought right
But
away
I
it was the
also-
husband.
I also wasn't very confident about it, and then I thought it was the cab driver, the
I
cabbie.
I
thought,
thought it was the cab driver the whole time.
So did I. So did I.
I thought the cabbie
So did
was
I.
actually nice.
No.
I only for a second thought.
You know,
it
you
was
know
him.
why I thought that too, and I thought because the movie kind of took a twist. Like they wanted you to think it was him, and then they didn't.
Everything
and then
was
they went
pointing
back,
at him.
But they wanted to make you. They wanted to trick you when the cops talked about.
He was part of the Croatian mob.
Yeah, but they wanted like to me. I thought that was like a trick. Like they're tricking you now, trying to get you off the path, or like making you really think it's him. But that's their trick. Because then something will happen. Like, why is he so involved with her situation?
Yeah, and he gives her the cab ride.
I want to
He
know what kind of cab
obviously-
company helps you out with the fucking with the.
He obviously thinks he's gonna fuck her
He just magically
through
showed up.
the whole movie.
He magically showed up where she was like 15 times in this movie.
Yeah, that's what you do when you're a single dude trying to fuck some lady. I don't know. I've never been single in my
and
adult
his-
life, but I imagine if I was, I would be following around the person I want to fuck and showing up every time she needed somebody.
Dude, I got a story about that, but
Okay, let's hear it.
well, I heard it on the radio today. Apparently, there's some cop in some town right around here who must have found out through court proceedings or maybe through the neighborhoods or whatever that this girl was getting a divorce. So he showed up at her house, according to the criminal complaint, and just knocked on the door and said, "Ma'am, you got your driveway's not shoveled. It's a violation, but I'd be happy to if you want to call me. I'll come shovel." And she invites him in because he's a cop to the house, and they talk for a minute, and then apparently he inappropriately touched her. She made him. She went downstairs where her son was in the same room so that he wouldn't continue to inappropriately touch her, but he apparently did on the way into the basement too. But yeah, so this cop basically saw a woman in need who was freshly divorced, offered to shovel her driveway, and then tried to be a creeperstein.
I don't know. I feel like that's how you get the booty.
So that's what Tony would do. It's
Yeah.
just-
Dude,
He'd
well,
be
no,
out
I'm
there-
not going to do manual labor for
He'll be out
sex. That'd
there-
be crazy.
he'll be out there in front of like these
I'll hire somebody to shovel her driveway for her.
these ritzy condos full of fresh divorcees, and he'll be out there laying nails out behind their driveways so that he can catch them down the road. Say, "Hey, ma'am, looks like you got yourself a flat.
I mean,
You've been doing any roofing lately? You got a couple roofing nails in your cars."
all I'm saying is that cab driver spent the whole movie trying to fuck her, which I think ultimately in the deleted scenes he did.
Do you think it was the part where she spoke his language?
I think if
That got him?
Netflix, I'm sure when they made this movie, they took it to Netflix and probably a couple other places, probably like HBO Max, probably whatever the fuck Croatia has for TV. and I'm sure they entertained taking it to Pornhub with all the deleted scenes left
Oh
in.
my God, this was such a porno movie. I told you.
What are you talking?
Dude, for real.
There was not one boob shown.
There was no.
How is this a porno? I didn't see a boob. I didn't see one boob. Not even
Well-
a guy's boob.
Well, it was because it was Netflix.
Yeah. If
It
would've-
doesn't matter. It's Netflix.
They-
I see
they
some
had-
crazy ass
they
shit on
had-
Netflix.
First off, this movie was almost 4 hours long,
It was-
and they had one version where they cut out all the nudity and one where they cut out all the talking.
It's actually a mini series.
I'm sure in the deleted scenes that the two police people fucked a couple times. It was super like passionate on their desk.
I did like the fact that they. Okay, so this is the classic: who killed who, and who was the murderer.
Well, it didn't make
Type
sense because
movie.
you're like, wait. So they go out for the night. Two girls go out. They meet these dudes. She's like, why don't you bang them? And she's like, I'm married. Why would I do that? And no, you got to let loose. And so then all of a sudden she starts getting drunk. And then apparently she got drugged.
She definitely got drugged.
These two, and then later you find that she did. Later they take her home and she's like half out of it, like no. And then they cut to the next scene and it's her waking up and throwing up in the bed or throwing up in the bathroom.
Walking out to the hot tub, used rubber wrappers everywhere.
Yep. And no one else is there.
Except
This
blood under a towel.
So then at this point, you're thinking as a viewer, you're like, okay, so she got raped for sure if she can't remember shit.
Yeah, for sure.
And then where is everybody? Well, they probably either went out for coffee or something, or they literally set her up and she's stuck there stranded and you don't know what the hell's going on. And then you see this, the girl finds this blood, right, on the floor in a broken stemware, broken glass or whatever.
Did you love how it was like covered up with the towel?
Covered up with the napkin, yeah.
Towel, yeah.
Or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
There's no way.
And you're like, what the fuck happened?
This is like my worst fear. Having to turn into a detective because the person you're traveling with
Missing?
is like missing. That's why
Dude.
I don't go places with just me and Jay. Because I already know right off the bat Jay's getting drunk and disappearing.
You're going to have to
And then I'm going to spend the whole rest of the trip trying to fucking
you,
use my
man.
detective skills and street smarts to go find whatever fucking hospital or jail Jay's in.
following trails of pennies and loose socks.
Wait
Oh,
a minute.
look.
Is that Lusaka Puma?
Look at this. It's another 2003. I know.
I can't even
Jay's-
defend myself in this situation. That is not how this happens.
Jay, have
So I'll tell you what,
you ever gone out with your friends and disappeared? Fully disappeared.
Yeah, in Florida. One time.
So it was on vacation.
Yeah, it's on vacation. No, okay. Let's get off
Have you ever slept in a
Get off
boat
me.
that didn't belong to you?
a boat. Did you say?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I said yeah. It was.
Yeah, I did that.
And you know what? I imagine one day I might own a boat like that. Sleeping in that. Yeah, never mind. Okay, so let's get off my subject of myself.
So, all right. So then she goes downstairs and asks the landlord dude, like, hey, have you seen this or that or whatever? And the landlord's, why? Are you missing something? And she goes, yeah, my friend. And he's like, well, by the way, I must charge you.
Yeah.
He's like, I must charge you for the extra guests last night. You're not supposed to have guests. I'm going to charge you for 3 guests.
So
And
now-
I don't know if anyone else picked that up, but he said 3 guests.
No, I thought he said 2 extra guests.
Did he say the? I'm going to have to charge you for the guests? I think he said 3. And then in my head, I was like, ooh, there's another person that's going to be part of this.
No, I thought he said 2 extra guests.
Oh,
Anyway,
shit. I wrote
that
down
was
3. I was stumped.
you guys knew right away that that guy was not the killer. It was too obvious that the guy was too stupid to pull something like this off.
He wasn't stupid. He was like a creepy genius, dude.
Yeah, he was a genius.
But okay, fine. Let's look at it a different way then. The movie wanted you to think it was him immediately.
sort of.
I
Because
never
when you first see him,
Yeah.
he looks creepy as fuck.
He's
Okay,
super weird.
He looks like a killer.
carrying like a man bag around and like standing all stiff and talking like a robot.
So the movie wanted you to think it was him. Right away when that happens, I know right away he's not the killer. So that's why I crossed him off. I didn't even think about him again. But I was stuck on the cab driver for so long.
Me too.
So long. Chris, who are you stuck on?
I mean, yeah. I said she calls the taxi driver.
Are you still stuck on him too?
He's pretending to be helpful. At least I think he's pretending. I wrote the cabbie's wife is dead. Then, they waited. They set up these 2 hooker dudes to come meet them in the. Why would you do that?
Hooker dudes.
Here, come meet us in the middle of this restaurant, and I'm gonna bring the girl that you potentially we expect
Arguably one of the
raped
best
and
chase.
murdered the other one.
One of the best chase scenes in a movie ever.
No, what? You fucking kidding me, bro? They're running together and
It was
somehow
a
outrunning.
low speed sprint shot with terrible Jed Freezy cameras.
Dude, it was bad. The other one was bad too when
With
they
your-
were getting chased.
With
and
your
they were-
$100 pendulum following them, not even plugged in and connected.
The cheap ass camera's too light to activate any of this fancy data. That's a fucking.
Yeah, right.
So, what about the chase when they're running through like the pyramid or whatever that was? That was also like, okay, so they're running away from trained police officers, European police officers, mind you, not the lazy American ones with guns that'll just shoot you. These mostly don't. The
ones that
the bobbies.
Yeah, the Croatian police officers that I think. I mean, I don't know. I've never been to Croatia, but I knew Croatians. I feel like Croatia's police just
Who the
kill
fuck
you
do you know who was
before they
Croatian?
question you.
Who the hell do you know is Croatian?
they're
What's his name? Tell me his name.
I know lots of Croatians.
Tell
they
me
were big with
one
the
name.
Slavics, and I grew up in a Slavic house.
Okay, tell me one name of one Croatian you know.
I don't know. There's umlauts over half the fucking letters in their name. There's like a little drawing of a moon over a Y.
Is your
I don't-
brother over there
dude, I
laughing?
don't
Is your
fucking
brother
know.
over there laughing? Is your brother over there
I
smiling?
don't know. There's a lot of Chijeks, shit like that. I don't know.
So
All I know is my brother can attest that I grew up in a pretty fucking wildly ethnic best friend's house.
He wanted you to hear. I'm sorry to get off this subject, but he really wanted to hear the last podcast where he's talking about a garbage collector that was in your neighborhood that collected all the garbage and took everything home. Do you remember that guy? Phil. He's like, if my brother.
did I tell you?
If my brothers were listening, and I know they're not, they would fucking love this.
They'd be cracking up.
Okay, sorry to get off the subject, but Chris, go. Where were we?
Well, so the cabbie's trying to be helpful. They're waiting for these two escorts to show up. They show up and immediately start running. They run away. They chase one of them, knock him down, whatever. Get him to admit that they stole the phone and the bag and they sold it to the chop shop or whatever, the pawn shop. And then so they went
Croatia's Pawn Stars.
They went
that
back-
guy's wildly famous.
They went back to get the. We just didn't know. They went back and get the
I didn't know it's stolen.
the shit, but she can't get into the phone. That comes in later because of the Face ID.
Oh yeah, that
was
pretty
fucking
gross.
awesome.
That's pretty gross. Okay, now you think that would work?
We'll talk about it in a little bit.
Okay,
So
all right, fine.
they go. Let's see. They go to the cop shop. She gets out. She reports it. She gets a rape test, a drug test done.
I love how Croatia's Benicio del Toro was so dismissive of
The
everything.
cop. Yeah. he's
Yeah.
like, "Hi, you fucking,
It's like,
so you
I-
tell me you were drunk and partying with your friend?
I don't write reports on stupid Americans with lost friends.
So then they she calls her friend's ex-husband or current husband. They're going through a divorce and is like, "Why'd you cut off the credit card or whatever?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" Because you were yelling at her on the phone yesterday. You just talked to her. And he's like, "No, I haven't talked to her for fucking weeks." So then it starts to come that the girl that's missing is a fucking liar and there's some shit going on. And you start to realize then later that she was like basically set this thing up.
Yeah, there was an intricate web of different lies and deceit that happened all throughout this movie.
Yeah. And so yeah, then she ends up she's staying in her friend's creepy basement apartment because they get kicked out of the apartment they were renting.
Oh, the landlord's basement flat?
Yeah, that was fucking weird. I'm like, oh, that girl's locking herself in there. She's never getting out. Now I did think it was the landlord dude. I'm like, oh yeah, landlord dude killed them, killed her both. Now he's got the other girl. The cops are gonna think she ran. She doesn't even have her passport, so they're just gonna be on the lookout for her on the run, and she'll never come out of this basement again. But then the girl keeps seeing the night in her dreams, like seeing flashbacks, right? And she's like, I wasn't that. It's like that this isn't what happened. And then I think this is where you find out that her friend's dead. The girl's dead. And she's with the cop, and the cop's like, oh, you got to go see her. And then she wants to go back and see the body again. And I'm like, oh, now what is she going to do?
Yeah.
She takes the girl's phone that she got from the pawn shop, and while the cop is gone, she puts it in front of the dead woman's face and unlocks her phone with it, dude. Do you think that would work?
That
They said
sounds
the
like
body was too far gone to do like
I
any
don't
testing
know.
on.
that sounds like some shit a crazy fucking wife would do if she thought her husband was cheating on her.
Check the
Like
phone.
just at night scanning his phone over his face.
Like, don't your eyes have to be open?
That's what I thought too.
That's
but,
why I use a number lock and I change the numbers every 30 minutes.
All right, ready? Let's test that. Let's test it right now. Okay, ready? Hold my phone.
All right.
Well, you can do it with your own
Okay,
phone.
ready? But I can't see if it's unlocked or not. My eyes are closed.
This is stupid.
It didn't work. It's not working.
It didn't.
Hold on.
You're such a dumbass.
Apple's trying to
No,
recognize
it
it in
doesn't.
between
It
the
doesn't
eye
unlock.
dimple.
It doesn't unlock.
It doesn't recognize the BB.
Okay, it was unlocked with my eyes
That's
closed.
crazy.
When I opened my eyes, it was unlocked.
Good
So,
one,
but
Jay.
then she goes into the
Shut up,
phone.
Tony.
She goes into the bathroom at the cop shop and checks the phone. She looks at the phone and
Bro,
there's this message.
and then she finds all the fucking texts from the handyman.
The
And
handyman.
handyman. Who's the handyman?
I didn't know who the handyman was. I thought that was like the guy who set up the murder or something.
The fucking handyman was the girl's motherfucking husband.
Yeah.
You know, it took
What?
Me,
What?
But listen.
And then you're like,
I
the husband did it.
I didn't remember his name, so I'm like, okay, who's Rob? Asking my wife because his name was Rob, I think, right?
Yep.
And she's like, that's the husband. I'm like, what? Nah, then I got the what. So it took me a little
Yeah.
bit faster, longer than you guys did.
And even
messages.
at then, when I'm like, wow, the hooker was banging the girl's husband.
She's not a hooker. She's the girl's best friend.
She's a hooker.
Yeah,
dude.
she's kind of a hooker.
She's a whore. She's a
So
whore for sure.
when I realized that the fucking husband was banging the hooker friend, it wasn't even a thought in my fucking mind that he would have flew from the UK to Croatia.
Oh, it's only 2 hours. They
and
said
kill
that
this
early
girl.
in the movie.
Right. But I mean, a 2-hour flight, I mean, you can get to fucking Orlando in 2 hours and 10 minutes. Like that's a pretty big area to cover.
From Wisconsin to Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, with the price of travel, who's got fucking extra money to
Dude,
just
all
be
these people-
running to Croatia?
All these people in these movies are all so loaded. I think about that in movies all the time. Like, why don't they make any of this shit real? Like, nobody's got this kind of fucking money.
They fucking did, and you shit all over those movies like Lorelei.
What?
You're like, oh, if I want to fucking watch poor people. I don't know why you're so fucking racist against poor.
It's not about even the poor people had money like crazy in movies.
Him and his stupid racist comments.
Yeah, I don't
Everything's racist to you, isn't it?
I mean, mainly you.
Fuck you, ass white.
You know more about racism than I do.
Shut up. You're not going back into this stupid argument again. Ridiculous argument. It makes no sense.
Now we're in this movie. She don't know. She drops the phone. The cop grabs it. You're like, oh shit, the cop's gonna notice the phone. She can't tell the cops that her husband's having an affair because now she's already a suspect in this movie. That would have just given her more motive to kill this woman, her friend, come to visit and kill her. And so
you take her to a third world country like Croatia where murdering's just okay.
So then, yes, now I'm thinking to myself, like, she was probably the target. Like, her husband probably hired these goons to kill her so that he could be with the fucking whore.
They killed the wrong hooker.
And they killed the wrong girl, right? Like,
so you started off hating this movie, and then you started off loving this movie.
kind of. I mean, not loving, but
Ending up loving this one.
fucking stop it.
You stop it.
You're so ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
Then
Why can't you just open your heart
then
and
she
learn
gets
to love?
back.
Open your heart.
Fuck you
Learn
guys.
to love.
So she gets back to the fucking apartment and she gets and locks herself in the basement again. And who's in the fucking apartment is the fucking cabbie. What the fuck is the cabbie doing in her apartment?
He has
The
some
cop said-
explaining to do that he's not part of the Croatian mob.
Well, the cops said they arrested him, but apparently they hadn't. Or had they?
He said they let him go.
They let him go, they said.
Dude.
Well, they couldn't hold him on anything.
It's
That
a
cab
check-
driver's attached to an Albanian gang tied to human trafficking.
But when he explained the reason for being whatever, because he had to get into the country because his fucking country was in war.
Bullshit.
I mean, it made sense to me. I would have taken that fucking story right to the top and be like, yeah, you're right.
Then-
Makes sense.
Then the cabbie leaves, and then she realizes that there's a camera in the weird double mirror thing that I initially was like, that's fucking weird.
I was thinking that too. I'm
Why
like,
is there
why
two
is there
mirrors?
2 mirrors? And how could you be okay, you know what? This guy's got hidden cameras everywhere. He hides a camera behind a mirror in front of a mirror.
Yeah. It's like, why would you do that? Why? That's like the dumbest spot ever to hit
Right?
a camera.
That's so easy to find.
Jay, you know,
I don't know.
I know you hide
Even
cameras.
I wouldn't do that.
You'd use a coffee cup.
I would take
Correction,
a empty,
has used the coffee cup.
a beer bottle, empty beer bottle, well, beer can, and then kind of cut a hole in it. Yeah, of course. I mean, who hasn't done that before?
Right. So then she steals the landlord's key because now she wants to get in the little computer studio.
She needs to know what's in the locked room.
But he offered, or did she ask earlier in the movie to go in there? Maybe he offered. He's like, "Do you want to come see my play I'm making in my studio?"
No, he said he does. He composes in that room.
In reality,
He did
he's
not-
just
yeah.
jacking off to all the fucking shower
he's
video.
composing, all right.
Jesus. But then she kills him, I thought. I'm like,
Yeah, I
oh,
thought,
now
yeah.
she killed him.
I'm like, fuck, she murdered 2 people now?
Now she's done. She's got no passport. She just murdered this guy.
Watching this, my wife thought it was the what.
And who the fuck
it was
has
the
cement coffee tables anyway? Like, what the fuck is that about?
Well, it's Croatia, right?
Dude.
Okay, my wife thought it was the friend, actually her that killed her, and I was like,
That she killed her own friend that night when she
Yeah.
was in like a drunken stupor rage.
Yeah. I thought it was, and I was like, man, you know what? That makes a lot of sense.
'Cause-
Okay, so then I was like, either it's the cab driver or it's her. So I was at that. Now I cut it off. I didn't want to even.
There's no way she could have taken the guy's key and he wouldn't have noticed the fucking key wasn't on there.
You know how long?
has
You know how
three-
long it takes me
got
to take a
48
ring off a
keys.
key?
A
I
key
know.
off a ring?
Thank you. You know what it takes me to take a key off a ring? At least 15
Well,
minutes.
you used
You
to
got
work for
short-
me. I'm guessing a
All
day
he did
or
was
two.
write down the fucking internet code to her, and she's got the key already. And he has one key on his keychain.
Yeah,
one
why-
fucking key.
why did he
And
go-
You
why
wouldn't
did this
notice
guy?
it?
Why did this guy have to turn his entire
Cower
back?
in the corner.
he fucking went to the opposite end of the kitchen, back facing her to write down a passcode that apparently was about 2 paragraphs long.
You know what? His modem or router was in that corner, and I
guess-
think he was looking at it, writing it
makes-
down because he didn't memorize it because it was like orange stamp bookcase 1787325, some weird fucking
So
thing. that
anyway,
just-
she gets the key and she goes in there and ironically just touches his keyboard and a million hidden cameras for this hotel pop up.
She knew exactly how to work his computer, how
Who
to get in
doesn't?
every file, every room, every day, every minute. Like she got right to exactly when her
So-
friend was abducted.
So hold on,
or-
you're shitting on that in the movie. When I think back to the movie, what was it, the Silent Place movie where the little girl knew how to work the fucking radio station completely?
That's a little different. All you got to hit is one button on air. You're done. She had to go in the computer and go through different files to find each camera setting in each. He had fucking 100 cameras.
Maybe she has that same camera system hidden all over her apartment.
You just hated that movie, so it doesn't even matter what I say to you.
Well, that
about it.
movie was fucking.
It was awesome. I bet your brother liked it. Quiet Place 2. Haven't seen it.
There's no way anybody in my family
He
would
hasn't seen it.
voluntarily watch that movie.
It wasn't that bad.
That movie was horrendous.
Anyway, off the subject. So we're at the point where you think it could be possibly him being the killer, hiding all these cameras, and then you find out that.
I still didn't think it was him. I just
No, I
thought
didn't
he was
either.
a freak.
But the movie tried to make you think that it was him.
Well, he tries to delete the videos. That's why.
Yeah, I mean that's just like a skinny
for
nerdy dude who
security.
likes to come a lot.
It's for security. She beat his ass, dude. She kicked his ass.
But then
I didn't see that coming.
then
He looked
she
kinda tough.
knows it's the cop, right? So she gets chased by the cop. Her and the cabbie get chased.
Well, she saw this security camera, and then she saw the cops'
Car.
license plate
Yeah, and so
and car.
they run through the he runs one way, they run the other, and somehow she gets away. Till she runs upstairs, because that's what I do when I'm running from someone. His run up windy
Run up
stairs.
a fire escape into an apartment.
And so she's at the top of this thing, and she's like, he's about to shoot her because she's running.
Right.
She stops.
Thank you.
And then the cabbie, apparently, the cop believed the cabbie all of a sudden when he's like, he's the murderer. So she goes up, pulls her gun on him from across the roof. He trips, falls down 4 flights, bam, cracks
She
his
kills
neck.
another person.
She killed another person.
Another fucking person.
And so then the story
crazy.
ends. That's
It's
it.
crazy
That's the end
how
of the
many
movie.
people she killed trying to clear her name.
That's the end of the movie. The cop dies, and we know it was the cop, and that's it.
That's where you're wrong. This is where shit gets wild.
You know, and that's what made this movie a lot better
Well,
than I thought it would have been.
How long was this time? How long was she away? Where's the kid? Was she in this Croatia for like a month, a week, 2 weeks? What was
Yeah,
it?
It was definitely a week.
They didn't say the timeline, but I'm
don't know,
assuming
how
it was a
long
week
does
and a
it-
half at least.
How long does it take to kill 2 people and seriously injure one?
So then they show the video. It looks like the cop did throw her in the water. They like apologized to her and like, here's your shit. Go back home.
Wouldn't the cop know where all the not hidden cameras, but all the cameras in the streets were?
You
Like
would
he wouldn't
think.
be that stupid
Right.
to
'Cause
kill her
just
right
throw
in front of
her
the
there.
camera and not get that fucking film.
Right. So it looks like it was the cop that did it. She gets all his shit back. They're like, here's a ticket to come back to Croatia for another time for free the next day.
Did you just pull out a Great America reference?
Yeah, the ticket.
They call it Twicket.
Come back the next day for $1, whatever it was, if you buy your ticket. It's a 2-day ticket.
That's
Ticket.
It's a return ticket at a heavily discounted rate.
I hate Great
So
America
she
anyway.
they're like, thank you
Yeah.
for.
Why would you like going there? You can't get on any fucking rides.
The only lines I can stand are the food lines.
You fucking,
yeah, I know. I
you
heard
fucking
this already.
you get to the mouth of every ride and you're like, fuck, 2 more inches, I'd have had it.
Better get more.
I would have walked up to the fucking height thing first before
Tissue-
waiting 2 hours in the
tissues
line
in your
to see
shoes.
if I could find
Yeah.
if I was tall enough for that
I
ride.
know, when you're that close to the minimum, you always check first. I do the same thing with my 9-year-old. He makes it on all of them, though.
So this movie's over. The screens flash to her town that she lives in Paris or London or whatever it was, and it's a park. And it's
And
a
she's
nice overview scene, and then she's walking in. She drops off her kid,
Oh, shit. And she's walking through the park pushing a stroller,
texting the cabbie.
getting fucking dick pics from the cab driver
Yeah.
from Croatia.
Yeah. But she goes back. She's dropping off her kid. It must be a couple months later or something, weeks later. I don't know, because they've already made an arrangement. Her ex-husband or whatever is her husband's in an apartment. It's all a mess, and she's dropping off the kid. They get to talking. He's like, what did he say? Take my car or something. So she needed the car key
No,
She
the
asked for her spare
key.
car key.
back.
And
from
he
him.
invited her
yeah.
to,
Tea for tea.
no, he invited her to the park because they were going to something for the kid in
Oh,
the
yeah.
park. But it was like, there's like fucking free ice skating in the park or something. And I'm like, your kid's 6 months old. What the fuck are you going to do in the park with this kid?
I just wanted to be
The
with
fucking
her.
overzealous parents.
Yeah.
So do you think that he still loved her and wanted to be
Yeah.
with her, or did he wanted to make sure that all his loose ends were tied up?
I don't know, like,
Combo of both.
like any good husband, you rely so heavily on your wife that when she actually leaves,
Stop smiling at me while you're
just-
telling me this, because you're making me think something's up. Go ahead, finish it.
what?
I don't know, just finish it.
No, I'm just saying, like, he probably relied pretty heavily on his wife, and now she's gone, and they're letting you know that his life's a mess now.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
so
he
Like
needs-
everything's
he
in
needs
the-
disarray, and all he
average day-
wants
average
is to
day
get back
duties?
with his wife, so she can like pack his lunch and clean up after him and all that kind of shit. Like if I was put in that position, I'd be fucked. I don't know. I don't even know how to run a household.
you don't.
I can't even get out of bed without my wife's help.
That's for sure.
not
but
even a lie.
You don't. You go out to eat for lunch every day, right? You don't.
I do, yeah.
You never pack a lunch.
No.
Okay.
No,
So then she never has to pack your lunch.
no.
If she had to pack your lunch, let me just run down
Dude,
3 things. That
Could
would
you
be in your
imagine
lunch.
Tony taking care of 2 kids and his business and himself without the help of his wife?
I think the hardest thing would be
Oh,
for
I'd get
him
rid
to,
of 3 of
to
those
do his
things for
lunch.
sure.
And so all that survives is the young kid, or what?
All that
'Cause you're
survives
done?
is the business.
Did you ever see him make a PB&J?
Hell yeah.
It was pretty quick.
That's
though.
my go-to. I make Uncrustables, bootleg Uncrustables.
Gross.
So she's back at the house. She goes to get her key, and he's like, it's either in the vase thing or in my pocket, in my coat. And she looks in the vase thing. It's not in there. She goes into the pocket, and she finds
The world's smallest anal bead.
the little
I was
tiny
super confused.
bead from the whore's necklace, the whore woman's necklace.
Oh, the whole horse.
And she starts to think, like, how the fuck did this get here? Because he had to have been in that apartment, because that shit fell on the fucking patio, and we left it on that fucking patio for some reason and never picked it up. So now she's like, or whatever, and she's like, that's the fucking necklace that broke. And since she starts figuring it out, so she calls the cop from the bathroom.
Yep.
She leaves the cop on the phone and puts the phone in her pocket.
Good fucking move.
And goes and talks to her husband again.
I was like, why the fuck just leave the place?
Get the fuck out of
and
there,
then
right?
call the cop. But,
yeah.
but
No,
she
dude,
did. But
women,
she was ingenious.
Women always got to be in some motherfucker's face talking shit.
No, she was.
But the problem was, if she left, she'd be leaving her kid with a murderer.
That's true. But she did the ingenious thing where she still had the cop on the phone while she got his.
She nearly got murdered, though.
So what? She still got his.
Because he started going,
confession.
Fuck. He started going, oh shit, you're not going to let this go, are you? Because he like thought she was going to be like, oh, okay, so you did it. All right, well, that makes a lot of sense now.
Big deal. I killed my lover.
What's the big deal?
Do you want your child to not have a father?
You're not going to
be
tell
in
the
jail
cops
for the rest of his life?
You're not going to tell the cops, are you? And she's like, no, you
I
just
already
did.
did.
Here's the fucking phone.
I'm going to tell you
The
though.
cops are on their way.
Dude, I got up. I put my hands in the air. I was jumping in circles. I'm like, got him. That bitch got him.
Well, she walked out of that house
All right,
like,
show me your circles. I want to see these circles. Jump up and show me exactly what you did.
No, I can't recreate it. It'd be lame.
she walks out of this house with that baby.
Never does anything I ask.
like
him to do.
like the end of a Vietnam War movie with bombs exploding in the background and an
Slow-mo.
M16 in arms. Slow-mo, walking through the park. The cops are driving in the background.
Slow-mo, fisheye lens. They pulled out all the fucking stops.
She is victorious.
I
in
think
her
and now she's going to go
quest.
fuck a cab driver.
And now she's going to go fuck a Albanian gang, human
No, man.
trafficking.
she followed her heart.
She followed her heart.
She followed her heart. I think that guy was amazing. He was awesome. Tall,
then-
dark, and handsome.
And
The
then
cab
this
driver?
movie,
Yes.
finally.
He was tall as shit. I'm surprised he could fit in that cab.
You were so
that fucker like
jealous.
7 feet tall. and
You were
shit.
so jealous watching it. You're like, God, why do some people get all the height?
Yeah, you dickhead. I did. No, but I mean, this movie had an awesome ending. It had a great ending. I didn't expect it.
That was an awesome ending. It would have been better if it would have been the end where the guy fell on the bottom of the concrete, and that was the end of the movie. That was the last thing I wanted to see.
Wait, what?
When the guy fell off the fucking building into the fucking middle of that other building.
You wanted to end right there?
Right there. Cop did it. That's
when,
it.
when the fuck
But
has
there's
there
no
ever been a
conclusion.
hole in the middle of a building?
In Croatia.
man.
You
It's like
never
a-
been
Does it
there? Have you
never
been to
rain
Croatia?
there?
I think-
don't fucking know.
I think that was a lookout, and it was just a spiral staircase with the hole in the
Yeah, I
center
don't know.
like that.
That shit was wild, though. And I'm like, of course that dude's going to fucking die in front of the other cop at the hands of this fucking woman who's being
Yep.
accused of murder.
No, but this movie did a great job of making you go from one killer to the next. Wait, did he do it? No, he did it. No, he did it. Oh, fuck, he did it. He did it. And then at the end, finally, after you thought the cop did it, it actually wasn't. And I kind of had the feeling when she went into the bath, or no, when she went to go get her key, I was like, something else is going to happen here, because there's still 15 minutes left. I looked at how much was left in the movie.
The movie.
15 minutes left. There's something else that's going to happen. So I was like, there is something else they have not talked about. And I mean, I think it was a good twist.
I mean,
don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was. The beginning of the movie was hard for me to be. I was like, this is going to be the most lame. Because I know how Tony likes his girlfriend's weekend away. Like the corny comedy, cutesy, meets the boy. Husband. I thought like, the husband's gonna show up with flowers or something and just steal her away,
he's gonna have another girl come there and they're gonna fist fight in a puddle of mud. He wants to see girls fight. That's what he wants.
I don't know
he wants
what
violence.
So I was like, this is gonna be terrible,
Right,
but
Tony?
it really turned around. It really did. It was suspenseful. It had thrills. It had fight scenes, sort of, chase scenes, full of action, as Tony says.
Possibly the worst chase scenes.
They should have
and
had
even worse fight scenes.
They should have had a car chase in this movie to really set it off.
I did like the fact that they showed how she got actually killed.
I needed to see a Mercedes crash through a fruit cart. a fruit cart. Just fruit in the streets as they're racing away.
So Tony's pick.
2 guys carrying a pane of glass across the road. Car.
Tony's pick. Let's get into some scores. Tony can't get to $1. He's 39 points away. So
Are we just gonna write it down?
Let's write. I don't want to give scores. Let's wait.
Okay, fine. We're gonna write it down.
Suspense needs to be.
Fine. We're gonna write it down. He can't get to $1, but we're gonna write it down. I thought we weren't, but we all of a sudden changes direction. Like
it's better.
Our fucking show always does.
It's better this
and
way.
He's throwing pieces of cardboard up from the beer at me.
We should have wrote them down before.
So we're writing the scores down, and you will not find out until next week when my movie's picked and my choice on my movie. Hold on. Ow, that stabbed me right in the ear. Fuck, I just missed.
Don't look at my score, Tony.
So it's the end of the round. It's my pick. I'm picking, it's called The Power of the Dog.
The Power of the Dog?
I know, it's kind of
what
weird.
What is this?
It's fucking
Where's it on?
Power of a Dog. It's on Netflix.
It's a tasteful movie about bestiality.
It does kind of sound weird like that, doesn't it?
Jay's pick. Power of the Dog.
I mean, that really is the name of the fucking movie. The Power of the Dog. The Power of the Dog. So it's 2022 Oscar nominee. You saw us? Oh. He whistles in this movie a lot.
It's on Netflix, but also in the cinema?
Yeah, you can watch it in cinema.
Oh, that's a cheater move right there.
Why?
That's like, well, not cheater, but it's like a paid movie that's not a paid movie.
So
that's just called lucky.
I think that's some bullshit. No, I'm just kidding. Go the fuck on. Go the fuck on. You're gonna steal this one again.
I don't know because this is a long movie.
Oh, I don't have time.
I don't know, man. I'm not into bestiality, so it's probably gonna get a low rating from me.
It's got Kristen Dunst in it. Kirsten Dunst.
Okay, wait.
I've always been against dog fucking. Always.
I love how you say always.
There's never been a time where I felt it was
like
acceptable.
This. Say it like this. Always.
Jay,
not always.
Don't tell me how to fucking talk as you bumble through a fucking...
That's true. I shouldn't tell you how to talk. You're right. You're right. I can't fucking speak. You know what? I didn't finish high school. Kill me. Shoot me. Okay. This is about a fucking cowboy. He whistles a lot. That's about it. I don't fucking know. It just got nominated.
Great story. If you fucking win because of this stupid ass movie, I'm fucking quitting.
He got nominated for a nominee.
The power of the dog ultimately tells a story about toxic masculinity, sexuality, and how they can lead to a person's destruction.
There's nothing in this world I love more than toxic masculinity.
Oh, Jesus.
Hopefully he talks down to every woman he meets.
I think this is what happens, and he whistles at them, too.
Well, I don't know. When did this come out? Because it says that they have made a total of $400,000 with the $35 million budget.
Oh, it came out 2021, November 17th.
It's been out for a year.
And it made
Fuck.
$400,000 on a $35 million budget
I've almost made that much off of Facebook
So can
Reels.
in the box office.
Can I pick it?
You already did, dude.
Okay, fine. The main character is again Marvel character Doctor Strange.
Oh, Matthew McConaughey.
Shut up, no. Benedict Cumberbatch. Cumberbatch, yeah. You know what? I just saw
There's-
the BA and I made the rest up.
There's a character, Frances Conroy's the actress. She plays old lady. And she looks exactly what you think an old lady in a movie would look like.
Like the mom from The Waterboy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
I might even be the same actress.
Is it really the same actress?
I don't know. Let's see.
No, it's not.
I don't know. Looks like she was in it.
I don't see old lady. Yeah, I see old lady. That's not her from fucking Waterboy. Frances Conroy.
She kind of looks like Nancy Pelosi.
Oh,
yeah,
gross.
kind of. Little bit.
What year was The Waterboy?
Oh shit, that's
Had to be
90s.
98.
Jeez.
Yeah, late 90s.
Yeah, not it.
So that's my
Not
choice. The old dog that screwed the man. What was the name of it again? I already forgot it.
The Power of the Dog.
Power of the dog. Power of the dog.
That's
Tony
next
got me
week.
some thinking bestiality bullshit. Weird. So that'll be the end of the round, and we'll find out the winner if we get past $1, and I feel like we should.
I don't think so.
Ultimately.
I don't think we're gonna.
Chris picked a stinker. I picked pure fucking gold.
You think he picked a stinker with
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, it
kind
didn't
of a
work out.
stinker.
It didn't work out.
You picked a good movie.
But the good thing is, if we don't make it to $1, I still got a paid movie coming, so I'm gonna max that.
That's
out.
true.
Oh yeah, you're gonna murder us with a paid movie.
But you should have done that the last time. That was
No one had time
Don't
for
tell
it.
Chris how to live his life.
okay. Fine.
Yeah, watch
Sorry.
it. Watch it.
Sorry.
Watch it. Watch it. Watch it.
Sorry.
All right, that's it. So next week, tune in for this week. We appreciate you watching. Appreciate you listening. 3 Dimes Reviews. Don't forget to tell your friends. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit the little notification bell on YouTube. That's always helpful. Comment on our old videos. That works too.
Or don't. We really don't give a fuck.
Yeah, our wives want us to actually make money doing this. So
We do this for us. Fuck you.
Peace.
done.
I didn't end the live stream yet.